Today, it's finding your great motivating desire. The key that unlocks energy is desire. It's also the key to a long, interesting life. If we expect to create any drive, any real force within ourselves, we have to get excited. Did you ever wonder where those human dynamos, those people who can pack as much work into one day as most of us do in two, get all the energy and drive that makes them go? Well, the source of drive and energy as human beings is known. It's the personal excitement that comes from a great motivating desire. If you ask most people why they get out of bed in the morning and slug away all day on the job, they'll probably have to think about it a while before coming up with an answer. When they do, it's usually along the line of, to pay the rent, or to put food on the table. Answers like these aren't exciting. I belong to the group that thinks life is far too short to be dull. Shelter and food are things we need, but unless we're living out in the street or starving to death, we're not up to getting too excited about a place to sleep or something to eat. Those who have no exciting reason for getting out of bed in the morning may be fine people, but they never seem to accomplish anything out of the ordinary, and they miss a lot of fun and a lot of rewards they could be enjoying. They haven't the drive to become outstanding because they don't have a great motivating desire. The key that unlocks energy is desire. It's also the key to a long and interesting life. If we expect a person to do something we want him to do, we have to get him excited. We have to decide upon something we desire very much, a goal that fires our imagination with a mental picture of having something, doing something or being something. In a company I once surveyed, one of the men had won the admiration of all others. I noticed that he had thorough knowledge of his company, its products, markets, and competitors. He took pains to understand his customers and their problems. These things, along with an easy manner and a good personality, marked him as an outstanding employee. We asked him about all this, and he said, "When I came with this company a few years back, I decided to shoot for a manager's job in one of our districts. I'm doing everything I can to be the kind of man who would have that job." Well, that explained it. In his mind, he was already running his own district. The rest of him was merely carrying out the motion that would soon propel him into the job he wanted. Meanwhile, he was enjoying himself tremendously. The mental image of being a district manager so appealed to him that he found all the enthusiasm, energy, and drive he was going to need to achieve that position. Everything he said and did in his current job had to conform to the image he held in his mind. He was outstanding because nothing less than his best would fit the goal he'd picked out. Of course he'll get that district manager's job and all that goes with it. People with unusual drive and energy, people who excel, are the ones who have given themselves a mental picture, a goal to work toward. And the amount of drive they possess will always be in exact proportion to the strength and their desires to make that mental picture a reality to reach that goal. We don't have to worry about setting a goal we can never reach. That's the strange and wonderful thing about humans, something that most people seem to miss. We never seriously desire anything we can't possibly have. If you get all fired up over something, whether it's an executive position in your company or the income you feel you and your family need to do and have the things you want, if you can clearly envision how it will feel to satisfy your desire, well, then it can be yours. Arnold Bennett wrote that the kind of desire that triggers drive and energy within us isn't some vague hankering, some undefined wish. The productive kind of desire is real. It's concrete. It's a mental picture that will never leave us alone. It's always there in front of our minds, prodding and poking, goading us on. It's an obsession, a whip. It has no mercy and will never be satisfied until we've achieved that which we truly desire. Well, how about you? What's your goal? What is it that gets you fired up every time you think about it? If you have such a goal, you'll never have to worry about the drive and energy you'll need to achieve it. But if you find that you lack drive, that you're short on energy, give it some thought. Decide upon the dream that's more important to you than any other. Then begin to make that dream a reality. You can, and you'll find that you've got all the drive you need, all the energy you want. He's again another awesome, great little passage from Earl. I mean, a couple few key points I think that I like about this is that the key that unlocks energy is desire. So your desire has to be great enough for you to get excited about throughout your day. I mean, if you think about anything in life, anything that wants to get you out of your chair, get you moving, it does give you excitement, whether, some of us love going to the gym, we get excited to do that. Or maybe think about when you're a child, and you were in bed. What got you out of bed in the morning was, okay, we're going on a trip. We're, going to get on the plane to go to Disneyland, something like that. That gets you excited. You want to get up and get going. You'd wake up at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. to do that. It's kind of like me. Sounds funny as this sounds. I get excited about these books and about reading them and understanding them. And I'm up at, 4:30 in the morning getting my day going by starting my reading. So that gets me excited. That gives me the desire to get up every morning to do that. Another thing he said about this gentleman, that was the admiration of others in the company that he was working for. That gentleman was living from a mental picture. In other words, he was living from his wish fulfilled. In other words, he already had the job in his mind as a district manager, and so he was living from that wish already fulfilled. And as Wayne Dyer says, once you do that, you're living in the energy of your potential. And when you do that, you start to become the magnet that attracts everything necessary for you to achieve that. That's why they say that, if you can live as if, then you will realize that goal and desire. He also talks about this mental picture, and this is where visualization is obvious, where that comes into you reaching your goals. When you have something that you truly desire, you visualize all the time, and most of every one of us, right? Whether we like it or not, we unconsciously do all this stuff when there's something that we desire. We don't even know that this is happening. We don't realize that we're actually thinking about, what we want to achieve or what we want to get. But we do this unconsciously. This is all about, switching from this unconsciousness where we don't even know what we're doing to create things and get things in our lives to consciously doing that. So visualization is holding that mental picture on the forefront of your mind. Visualization is simulation, and it's that simulation that gets your subconscious mind starting to work behind the scenes to bring everything you need into fruition so that you can create what it is that you hold in your mind. And then the last thing I think is that we never seriously desire anything we can't have. So if you think about that, don't even worry about anything, whether or not you can achieve it. Oh, it's too big, I can't get that. The fact that you even just thought about it makes that desire possible. So you never really have to worry about, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can earn that amount of money. Oh my gosh, I can't, quit my job and start this new one, start a business. Just the fact that idea, that desire comes into your mind allows it to be possible for you. So, as Earl asked at the end of this passage, well, what about you? What's your goal? What is it that gets you fired up every time you think about it? If you have such a goal, you'll never have to worry about the drive and energy you'll need to achieve it. So, just as we talked in these past passages, think about a goal. Try and figure out what it is that you truly desire. Write out your laundry list of wants, go through them, and the one you get most excited about, start working towards it. Move every day closer to that. Small steps is what gets you up the ladder. All right. Great talking to y'all today. And we'll see you tomorrow morning for another little passage from the Essence of Success from Earl Nightingale. Have an awesome day, everyone. Bye.